Okay, we're gonna hop into the game, shall we? Assuming that the game decides to work today. If it works today, that'd be cool. Hey, look at that. It decides to work today. Cool. Well, we're gonna go ahead and delete this world. Don't need that garbage anymore. We got these worlds right here, which we will be using more of in the future. You'll see more of those later. So tonight we're gonna be working on probably designing a TNT blast chamber, according to the title. I'm just now finding this out like the rest of you. Shocking, I know. Build a farm under the blast chamber to blow up? We could do that. We could consider doing that. All in favor of blowing up a farm? Let's do it. I'm sure we can manage that. Doesn't sound too difficult. So the tutorial for this thing right here will be out on Saturday. And this gives you 7,000 wool a minute. Yeah, so that's this, and actually I got more from this 1 minute run than any of the other ones. Normally it's like 4.5 stacks, so around about 7,200 per minute. This one might have been a bit long, but yeah, there we go. This is it, everybody. That's what we got. Really, really complicated tutorial. Somehow it turned out to be 14 minutes. Don't know how that happened. I always think it's gonna be like an 8-minute video. Boom, double the length for no reason. I explained a bunch of stuff, man. Maybe I just like yapping. Do you think I like yapping? It's a lot of wool. It's an okay amount of wool. Right, so previously we were working on this fungus tree farm. What am I doing flying around? I got the teleport hotkey now. Yeah, so we were working on this fungus tree farm. We'll come back to this eventually. And then we were also working on this. I gotta turn off that game roll. We were also working on this wool farm, which I'm really happy with. I have modified the redstone, and I'm quite happy with how the redstone turned out. It's a little bit spaghetti, but it's got a lot of features to it. So I figured that out off stream. So we have a couple different features. Obviously, the bottom row here is going to be your main clock input for the entire build. So that runs to every single farm. We also have a toggle, so you can turn off whatever individual slices that you want. And then when the farm is off, that is also going to automatically put the sheep up and bone meal. That way he can eat. That way it's just like kind of ready to go for the next one, you know. Cat, I need to scoot in like 4 inches. I'm just a little bit too far away from the desk. Maybe like 2 inches. You're kind of fat, so you might get squished. There we go. Gotta get posture, you know. He doesn't mind. He's all squishing. You know the scene from Harry Potter where the bones in his arm just go like jello? That's basically him. That's just him. He's looking at me like, bro, you're not supposed to tell people that. Gilly! Hi, how's it going? And welcome back for 13 months! There's some replay mod-esque style-ish kind of things, but not really. Not really. If you want that kind of thing, you kind of gotta just go play Java for real. Realizing that didn't need to be there. That one doesn't be... Okay, so then we have a secondary feature on this. So that is the main grow line for the entire system. So if you activate this line, that is going to put every single sheep up. So right now, they should all be up. Yeah, they're all up and they're all fed. So that's how you can like regrow them all at one time. And then it's going to put them all down to be sheared. And then, of course, you can got the individual off switches. So yeah, that puts them back up. And as you can see, they're a little bit higher than the other ones. So overall, I think it's a pretty good set of features on this thing. Not too bad. We also got the rail line across the top for shear restocking. You're going to want that. And then, yeah, so the redstone for it turned out to be a little bit silly. It's a lot of repeaters. A lot of repeaters. There's 5 repeaters for like this little itty bitty dang. Little itty bitty dang. But it works. I mean, so we have the main input, the clock line, powers this, powers the 2 lower dispensers, goes up, powers the 4 top dispensers. So that kind of has to be like that. Also, simple on-off switch, just using repeater locking. So no more sticky piston. So that's kind of good. It gets rid of a piston. That's nice. And then that also goes and powers the bone meal line. So like all that kind of has to be like how it is. Can't really change much about that. And then we got the main line that goes and powers every single slice and does the off switch and also the bone meal line. Yeah. So I mean, it turned out pretty well. Maybe there's a little bit something I could do to refine it. Are you trying to leave, Cat? What? You don't like me talking? What? You gonna sleep on the floor now? What's happening? Well, he's picky. Maybe he was insulted that I called him kind of flabby. But it's true. It's true. Okay. What else were we working on? Right. TNT blast chamber. That's something I should probably think about. Something I should probably think about. It. That's kind of the whole point of the stream. I don't remember what happened there. We're not going to worry about that. Somebody else will clean that up. Fish farm? Nah. I feel like Or kind of got... Aware? I've never said their name aloud. I don't know. I feel like they kind of got it maxed out. Are you trying to get out of here, Cat? Or are you just going to sleep on the floor? Here. There's blankets. Multiple blankets, actually. Okay. To blast chamber. Where do we want to build this thing at? We have the gas blaster 9000 over here. Oh my god. How did you even get out? I was just about to say, these guys are such a pain. Oh, was he named something? That was probably someone's name and item. He's dead now. What can I do? He's dead. Excuse me. He might have just been called subscribe. There we go. Yeah. Where'd he go? Okay, yeah, no, he's just on the blanket. Okay. I talk almost as fast as Toy Cat now. I am caffeinated. I had 2 cups of tea today. I guess maybe it just comes with the territory of just being a YouTuber for a long time. Maybe that's what it is. You start out doing this and you're like, I don't know how to talk. I don't know what I'm doing. What's happening? I can make videos? And you don't know what you're saying, and then you get good at YouTube, and then you just go for it, right? Where am I gonna build this at? All this gas tech is highly unstable, and I think highly broken as well. Look at this we built this on truly Bedrock, man. That was so painful, man. Oh, that was so bad. Everything about this was bad. Trying to build this on truly Bedrock just to blow up some... I don't think we even used it once we had it built. We were so sick of it, me and Zloy. Oh, it was fun, but like... Was it fun? I don't know if it was, actually. I retract that statement. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out this mountain right here. I need more space to build. Yeah, I think we're gonna chop down this mountain. Love the video of Phoenix. Yeah, so that just came out, apparently, allegedly. Man edits fast. I also recorded that, and you'll see what I turned that into in probably a couple of weeks, if I'm being honest with you. Not big on honesty, but, you know, I'll try just for you guys. Here we go. Love this command. This thing's great. I did see like a little build up there, but I think it's just like whatever that is. Some sort of resin. Oh, and then there was also a build on the other side of this. Gotta watch out a little bit. I don't nuke something that we want. You would think, you should just build in a super flat world. But I honestly like being in a normal Minecraft world. Because then I have all the structures to play with here as well. It's actually kind of nice to have the structures. And then you get the biomes that you want as well. If you were in a super flat world, like, you would have to have a bunch of different worlds for all the structures. Now, currently, I have a bunch of different worlds for all the structures, like the Guardian Farms and all that. Those are all in different worlds. But eventually, one day, I would like to have all those in this world. How did you survive? And why do you have a chest? And also, that was a spawner back there that got deleted. Okay, this is probably enough room, to be honest. What have you got in that chest? I want to know, but I don't want to kill you. Pacifist playthrough. Okay, we're gonna turn this off. Where's it at? What is this garbage? What's in the chest? This is all this farm. This is just the demo for the tutorial. Okay, we can delete all that. Yeah, that's just the resin farm stuff. And then, yeah, we can come through here and just bulldoze all this for an intergalactic highway. Sounds great. Also, I think for the tutorials, it's kind of fun to have everything built in, like, a normal Minecraft world as well. I don't know if I, like, pioneered that or not, but used to see a lot more tutorials in, like, super flat worlds, and it's kind of nice to see it in an actual Minecraft world, you know? It's better backdrop as well. There's, like, things in the background to look at. Although, that does mean that if you want, like, an actual nice area to build, you do kind of have to do this process of just flattening everything. Bulldozing the terrain. This used to be a whole mountain range. Not anymore! Okay, am I going to chop down that little thing up there? I'm actually shorter than that. That's great. I did have a mob switch over here with, like, 200 chickens in it, so we got to watch out for that, though. Also, we have things happening. Phoenix, thank you for the biddies. Much appreciated. Also, Alex with the super chat. Welcome in. Oh yeah, the old wither cages. I was just talking to Phoenix about that actually. We used to be able to trap the wither in slime blocks and, like, you know, cobblestone or whatever. Just because they broke it to the point where it couldn't break anything. It was great. Fantastic. Loved it. But yeah, it kind of made it so the wither wasn't really useful for anything. Just a little bit. I showed these commands in my video on 10 useful commands, by the way. I'm pretty sure the ones that I have, I'm pretty sure these are actually outdated. Like, I don't think I've updated these for the new command system swap. Yeah, no, these are the very old ones. These only work because they are already in a command block. So, I don't know what the new ones are, actually. Yeah, so we could swap out this entire area if we wanted to, actually. We'll leave that for a future. Why are there so many guys in here? Are you like... No, you all have items. Why? Okay, I don't know what your deal is. We're gonna leave them there. That's a relic of the ancient past. I also had, like, yeah, there's a goat farm over there. Bunch of mob farm testing. Anyway, we're here for one thing that we have not gotten. It's like 20 minutes in the stream. Don't worry about it. It's fine. This is normal procrastination. So, a TNT blast chamber is something that I've railed against probably a billion times. Because you gotta mine on the sand and AFK for the gunpowder when you could just mine the blocks directly. So, what are we gonna need? We're gonna need, obviously, TNT. We're gonna need, obviously, dispenser. We're gonna need redstone in much. We're also going to need blocks and a quantity. I think we're gonna use a piston. I want to try and time it so that we light the TNT, and then, like, 4 seconds later, we let the TNT fall down, and then it's gonna be mid-air exploding a bunch of blocks. We're also going to want some water and some, hopefully not obsidian. And then, I don't know. What else do we need for a blast chamber, guys? You tell me. You tell me. You're running the stream now. I just work here. Listen, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just here, man. What do you want from me? Now, the input of this is going to be interesting. Like, let's assume that we have some log. And log come from tree farm, right? So this is tree farm. Now, let's assume that we don't want to do a boring and just push log sideways and then push log forwards. We want to do cool, and we want to have log go this way and then go sideways. And then push log from here to middle, and then from here to middle. And then we blow up TNT right in the middle. The middle of the middle, if you will. Can we get a flint and steel? There we go. Is TNT explodes on? It is, yeah. So what is the range of a TNT explosion? That looks pretty good to me. Like, what's the size that we're working with here? Let's assume that we have our obsidian in the middle. We can count with some crying obsidian. Like, what's the maximum range that I can get away with? I'm assuming it's going to be like a 9x9-ish. And also, how tightly can I pack this area? That is important as well. No charge creepers. No. Is that going to... it doesn't. Interesting. Interesting, indeed. Wow. 6x6? Really? Interesting. Now, having the logs right next to the TNT, I don't think is going to be great. I think we need to break a couple of these blocks. Yeah, so let's assume 9x9. Because if there's something on the very edge right here, then it should still get broken. As long as there's like an empty space right there. So I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think it's going to blow up any further than that. Did it blow up this one? Did I have one there? So this is number 5, right? It's kind of like, it's off-center though. You see that? I think we need to do this. I didn't put a thing there. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Is that going to blow up this one, number 5? It kind of did. Interesting. Okay, so it can go a maximum of 11 by 11 area. But like that's true max. What? How did the scroll wheel go over the flint and steel to the redstone? What's happening? Yeah, so TNT finally drops 100% of blocks, which is nice. Interesting. I think we can assume a 9x9. Yeah, I think we're safe to assume a 9x9. We'll put some blast resistant blocks in the walls. It'll be fine. So this is our main area right here. To work with. Now, we also need to figure out the height that we can drop this thing on as well. So we need something that is... Ooh, here we go. Give Silent Whisper... Border? That's what it's called. Border. Here we go. So what is the vertical height that we can get from this? I just needed an indestructible block. Okay, well, I guess never mind to that idea. Does it? Oh, does this not let entities be above it? Is that what it is? Yeah. No. Okay. Well, never mind. Never mind. We'll do an ender chest. Could have just used obsidian. That would have saved us a lot of time, but no. Had to be special about it. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be maximum of like this. It should be a good old like square. This is a little bit drop down though. Chunk loaders. Yeah, I mean chunk loaders would be nice. There's no reason why we can't have it. There's like no reason why we can't have the nether roof either. But here we are. Okay, so yeah, that's a maximum of what was it? We're counting this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so an absolute maximum of 5, but really closer to 4. Triangulars aren't working. Rethrow your tries. Make sure the redstone's working properly. Built as shown. That's about what there is to it. Can I have this on a... What's like a blast resistant thing I can drop this on? That's like not a full block. Guess we'll just try this. Yeah, chances are it's just like a little issue with the redstone somewhere. Make sure the comparator's on subtract mode or something, you know. Real easy like. Okay, so right here is actually a fine place for us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. So we can have our TNT explode literally right here. So that's what we'll aim for. So now we kind of have our measurements of the build. This is our roof layer, and then we can just fill in absolutely everything else. Now, luckily, most trees aren't even really this tall, so we don't need to worry about it. 20 watch streak, 20 stream watch streak, 20 stream watch streak. That's a fun thing to say. Farm sand for 72,000 sand? I mean, yes. A gravity block duper is on my list of things to try out as well. You will, in theory, be able to pair this with any type of build that you want. Right, so we need to make sure that wherever we put the pistons, they are immune from damage. So let's see how close we can get them. I'm almost certain that right here they're gonna get blown up. Don't like that it's like off center, man. Yeah, so right there's a problem. Interesting. Now, is that actually a problem or not? Because chances are you're probably always gonna have blocks like in front of this thing. And then they would get pushed into like right here. So I think as long as you always have blocks in here, those pistons should never get fired. And then we're gonna have a smart detection system anyway. So that like when this thing is completely full, or like almost full, then it fires a TNT. So in theory, your pistons should always be defended. What's the weakest block that we're gonna be using this for? So obviously we have logs, we have warts probably are gonna end up in this thing. We have the stems. Probably some concrete is something else that would end up in here. Maybe mud even. If you're doing a mud conversion center, you might have some, what is it? The rooted dirt from an azalea tree farm. Shroom lights. Shroom lights are probably pretty low blast resistant, but I'm guessing rooted dirt's the worst one out of all this. Oh, waterlog pistons. That sounds horrible for redstone, but it would technically help. Waterlog like stairs in the walls can help with the blast resistances. Clay. Clay would turn into clay balls, but yes. Clay is an option for sure. Sand? I don't know how you would get sand into this thing. Yeah, I don't think we'd have any gravity blocks in here. You wouldn't need sand from anything, because you could just drop that on a slab. Gravel, yeah, same thing with gravel. Just drop it on a slab, my guy. Pickles, those might end up in the farm. You never know. Gotta be careful. Gotta watch out for Pickle Rick. Let's see. I should really rewatch some more of the Rick and Morty. There's so many good episodes. Like the Doppelganger episode. It's great. Just one-off adventures. Quick 20-minute adventure, in and out. I'm not seeing much else. I'm sure there's something. Something in this world. Moss, you want to, you can just break that with piston. That's not even pushable. You can't even push that. Why didn't think it? We can't even push it. Yeah, shroom lights. You can't produce, oh, you know what? Basalt. That's what it is. Basalt and obviously cobble. Ooh, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Yeah, basalt is something you would farm, and then why is stone not the first thing that shows up? Infested stone used to be like the first one you would see, so you'd always grab infested stone. Yeah, so cobblestone, stone generators blows up into cobblestone. You never want to use cobble generators for blast chamber because cobble has a higher blast resistance, but stone is good. Basalt is pretty explodable, so that'll be nice. And then I'm not seeing much else. We need to be able to generate, what's it called? Oh, I just saw it. It's not this one. That's nasty. Where'd it go? It's the other wet block. Here we go. Calcite. No, that's pale. Calcite is the one that we should be able to generate. That would be great. Oh, you might also get mangrove roots. Muddy mangrove roots? Those don't generate from trees. That's natural gen only. You can craft it though. So many blocks in this game. Okay, so out of all of these, I'm pretty sure dirt is going to have the lowest blast resistance. Maybe clay. So we'll try out those two. And then as long as we can make a system that works for those two, then like we're good, right? We don't need to test everything else. Okay, we're going to put a line of blocks here. A line of blocks here. And then pistons right here. and TNT in the middle and see what happens. Light it up. Okay, looks looking pretty good. Now, game roll do tile drops. Why is it not do mob griefing? It's just mob griefing. I feel like we should be getting items from all this. You know what? We might have canopy turned on, which may be affecting our block drops. See, we're only getting one out of that? What's happening? Does this require... No, it doesn't require Silk Touch. What's happening? What's the blast resistance of a bat? I don't know. Yeah, so most all the Wither Skeleton farms still work. Just make sure to check the pen comment for updates. Let's see, what is it? It's / canopy menu. That's not how you spell any of this. That's not how any of this works. Canopy menu. There we go. Figured it out. So I think there is some changes in here. Collision boxes. We don't need the hopper counters. That's the only things I turned on. TNT prime momentum. I don't know what this means. Is that the default? Universal chunk loading? I don't know what that means. What does it mean? Renewable elytra drop chance. That sounds nice. Quick fill container. That sounds nice. Piston bedrock, right? That sounds. This all sounds very nice. Instant mineable endstone. Deep slate. Bro, we should get this on Truly Bedrock. Bro, we should get this on Minecraft. Flipping arrows. Explosions off? No. Explosion no block damage? No. Explosion chain reaction? That's not on. Durability? No. Durability notifier? Dupe TNT? Yes. Thank you. I feel like we should be getting 100% block drops, but we're not. Collision boxes. Because I had an issue of TNT in this world earlier, actually. Because my immortal TNT that I have in the block museum over there, the cursed blocks, that actually exploded. Even with TNT turned off, it exploded. I didn't drop any blocks. Interesting. Interesting indeed. We're gonna remove canopy from this. There's got to be something that that's doing. I might have an outdated version. Where do we go? Copy and continue. Well, I guess it just made another copy of the world. Wait, hold on. Now we got 3 of these? This is getting out of hand. Now there's 3 of them. No active behavior packs. Okay, that's the one that we want. We don't want this one. Yeah, so this mod is the Canopy add-on for Bedrock Edition. Very helpful, very convenient. It's got a lot of great technical resources in it that you might find helpful if you're designing farms or whatnot. It still only dropped 1. Am I stupid? They added 100% TNT drops to the game. I know they did. But, like... Something's wrong here. And I feel like we should figure that out. We're making a blasting chamber for, like, tree farms and stuff. Am I stupid? Am I overlooking something? I feel like I'm overlooking something. Because surely this is supposed to work. Let's go make a brand new world. No, it's just straight up like none of them are appearing. When in doubt, make a brand new world. It could be one of the experiments that I have turned on as well. Difficulty? I don't think that matters. TNT drops. There isn't a setting for it. It just is a thing. Unless they just broke it again. They could have just broke it. Which would be really silly. I mean, we would still have to design it, but I mean... it would be pretty silly. Yeah, so every single block that explodes should drop. How many is that? 3. Okay, I'm not going crazy. It does actually drop them all. We need a perfectly flat area. Cheats aren't enabled in this world. Wow, thank you. I'm in creative mode. Commands are not. Why are the commands not enabled if I'm in creative mode? Why Bedrock? Why? Let's just turn them on if I go into creative. Thank you. That would be great. Okay. If we can fill this in perfectly, then we know that we have 100% drops. This was a flat terrain before. It looks like we have 100% drops. So I don't know why they're not working in the testing world. That's a problem that I don't have a solution to. Yeah, we have 1 extra. Oh my god, we duplicated dirt! Interesting. Now, 100% drops has been on Bedrock for probably a year or so now. I mean, what other things do I have? Experiments? I have beta APIs. I need that for Canopy, I believe. I think that's been on for like a long time though. I don't know. Try it again. I mean, I guess we can try it again. TNT explodes. Yeah, I mean, you can turn TNT on or off, but it always drops 100%. Bedrock and Java, like it's always supposed to drop 100%. So I don't know. Something is broken somewhere with either this world or my settings. Like this should drop 6. It dropped 1. Literally 1. Yeah, so something is wrong. Interesting. Well, I guess it's not Canopy, so we can go back to using that, I guess. No, the setting isn't for how much it drops. It's for turning it on or off entirely. Yeah, see, there's just this. Red box goes boom. Is that really the definition of it? Well, yeah, you can turn it on or off, but like that's not anything. Cheats. Entities drop blue. That's a different thing. That's for mobs. Like if you kill a mob, it drops items. I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm stupid. Yeah, tile drops is turned on. See right there, it's turned on. We wouldn't be getting anything if tile drops wasn't on. TNT explosion decay? TNT explosion drop decay? Is that even a thing? Game roll TNT explosion drop decay? What? No, TNT explodes. Drop decay. False? There's a game rule for it? I know there's a game rule for it. I've never heard of such a thing. Six. They all dropped on this side. That's not where they're supposed to drop. Okay. Interesting. That seems weird, right? Like, shouldn't they be like 3 on that side and 3 on that side? So there is a game rule for it. And interesting. TNT explosion drop decay. Why did they, you know what? We're not gonna worry about that. TNT explodes. True, yeah. They clump together to save lag. But like, it seems stupid? I don't know. Okay, I guess we'll go back to the Canopy world. With the lag of like 10 items? Like, what? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Listen, I just work here, guys. Why is there a game rule for that? That's weird. Why would there be a game rule for that? It's not like there's a toggle for it anywhere. It wasn't in the menus. Although there's a bunch of weird little game rules that are not in the creative menus, actually. Right, so we're gonna go switch this to false. Never even seen that. I've never touched that game roll in this world, though. Obviously. And, like, the TNT has dropped 100% in this world before, so I don't know what the problem was. So that should drop 9 in one spot. 9. Okay, well, I guess we fixed it, everybody. Cool. That was 15 minutes of head scratching. So I want to work on the redstone for the TNT dropping, which should be fairly straightforward. So we're going to drop the TNT and have it explode right here. This is 1, 2, 3. That's the 5th block up. We could probably have that be on 4. No, we're going to have that be on 5. And that way we have the top blocks be right here, and then there's water. And keep this floor as our actual floor. Yes, this is where pistons would be. Okay. We're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. So then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, okay. So this will be the ceiling. So I want this one right here to be our actual dispenser. Or maybe our dispenser can be right here. And then we'll do a piston, like, to the side of it. Frustrating Easter egg, I guess so. Because the bug report? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't remember it from the change logs. But it might have been, like, some obscure place in the change logs. Who knows? Why is YouTube music no worky? What's happening? It's not that difficult. Just play some music in the background. Yeah, we can make it front face straight down. I'm not really worried about refinements at this time. I need a 4.5 second long delay clock to drop out that piston. So something like this might be around 4 seconds. I don't know. Let's get a button on this and find out. 1, 2, nope. Okay, now not even close. Well, it didn't go all the way around, did it? Oh, I'm stupid is why. Yeah, okay, that would explain it. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the farm blew up. Let's try that. I still think that's too long, actually. We can get this properly refined later. I'm just trying to get, like, a rough estimate. That might actually work, actually. Hold up. Let's do this. That's not gonna work. Now, what I had before worked. Something like that, and then shrink down the rest of this build to something like this. Okay, so we would light the TNT, possibly even using this. Would this actually work? This might just explode the entire build. Let's get a structure block. I feel like this thing's gonna explode so many times. We better just, like, have some backups on backups, everybody. Test 1. Thank you. Let's see. Let's put some TNT in there and light it up. Okay. And then yeah. It might have blown up, everybody. See, this is why we got systems. Systems of a technology. We're gonna go ahead and light it from here. Oh, it didn't have TNT in it, right? Of course. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we need to save this again. Oh, saved. Light that up. We're gonna have to change this so that it gets lit with a shorter thing. Let's see. I just need this to be on, like, a 1-tick activation. I feel like we're so close to having it work. Maybe we just need to Yeah, maybe we need like no block instead of what we have right now. No block might be the thing to do. Unless we can get this to work. I think something like this would work. Because adding that block adds a little bit of delay. Or like makes the comparator clock a little bit longer. All right, let's see about this. It really pops like way up here. Oh, it still blew up because there's blocks right here. But that's actually, that was functional. That was functional. Oh, here we go. Okay, it might actually just genuinely be as simple as that. It might actually just be as simple as that. Why is YouTube Music just actually broken? Is YouTube just bad at its job? A cobweb, I think, would take too long. Cobwebs are very slow. Some downwards flowing water, or like some stationary water, might slow it down a little bit, actually. There might be a way to do it without the piston, but I think we kind of like are on a good track here. YouTube Music is legitimately just dead. Is YouTube down? Put a pizza in the chat if you can hear me on YouTube. Right, let's just do that. Where does it blow up at? Oh, it's basically right in the middle. I mean, that's not so bad. We got a pizza. It blows up like right around here. I need to see if it actually like lands on the block, or like where exactly it's hitting. Yeah, YouTube's just like kind of dying. I mean, kind of looks like it landed. It also blew up some of the ceiling, but that's fine actually. That's not really a problem. It's gonna be like surrounding more blocks anyway. I mean, that looks pretty decent. That's actually surprisingly simple. I didn't think it would be that simple. I really thought it would be way more complicated. No, there's no TNT duping on Bedrock Edition. For some reason, we can't have nice things, everybody. I don't know. Go complain to Mojang. Is it just not going to work? It's just not going to play anything. Oh, there it goes. I don't know, man. YouTube tutorial is going to be too short. Got to complicate it a little bit. I know, right? Got to get that watch time. Let's go ahead and... I think we can start building out of some normal blocks. All this obsidian here on the bottom doesn't really have to be obsidian, but we were doing blasting testing, so it made sense that we had it like that. Right, so I think, oh no, this is actually the perfect size, guys. You know why? Because all that water is going to flow exactly to the middle, but it's not going to flow into the middle. Boom, look at that. Oh, oh, gorgeous, beautiful. Can't make that up. And I guess you can, because I did. I'm just that good. Yeah, so that quartz might get blasted. We might have to use a slightly stronger block. I'm sure, like, stone or something would be fine. Cobblestone. In stone. How many layers are we doing? 5? How tall is your average tree? 7? 6? Let's assume 5. It's gonna be pretty easy to do either way. Let's do... I feel like 7's pretty average for a tree. Whole thing doesn't have to get filled in the whole time anyway. What does this one do? So this one does all the trees. This one's 7. Okay. Yeah, so the real short azalea tree ones, those are a bit smaller. Those are like 5s. Like this one's a 5. This one's also... Okay, well, I guess if you're doing oak, that one's always going to be limited to 5, because otherwise it's going to be a tall oak. But then your jungles and your spruces should be taller than that. Your azalea is always going to be really short. I think those are always 4 tall. And then if you got your rooted dort, that would be 5. Your spruces and your jungles, those ones should grow up taller. Those should be like 7s. Let's see. What did Kairu do for this over here? This one 5? Yeah, it's 5 because you got to root the dirt. Oh no, it's 6 actually. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, rooted dirt on bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think is 5 rare? I feel like 5 might be kind of rare for Azalea. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm making stuff up over here. And you're believing it because this is the internet. We don't do fact checking over here. So let's do 7. That gives us plenty of room. Plenty of room. Mine it with an axe also. I mean, yeah, this would be an optional like addition to your farm. So you probably have a cube maker if you wanted manual mining, and then you'd probably do blast chamber if you want automatic. Like I think even for future tree farms, I would just do straight up a standard cube maker because that's just simpler and easier all around. And then if you want an additional blast chamber, then you could do it. Now this might be kind of complicated to add on to some of my current farms though. Interesting. Yeah, I would probably have to do a short little video for each one of my existing tree farms on like how to plug this in. I don't think you would really want to do this for the tall tree farms, like the mangrove, the dark oak, or the spruce, because you would need block compactors for that, and that's beyond the scope of what I know how to do. Because you have to make those very tall trees very short, very quickly. Yeah. All my resource packs are pinned in the help channel of our Discord server. Roots, rooted dirt, clay. Content. Yeah, but they would be second channel videos. So they would take a lot of time, but not really be seen by anybody. Okay, so we're going to do walls. And then we're going to do the observer thing. Yeah, no, this will work actually. Hold up, just like this. Brilliant. Easy. Not even a complication. So then these will be smart detections as well. So depending on how tall your tree is, they'll just grow in properly. Or like just the specific parts of your wall will activate. So if you only have a block on the bottom, then only the bottom goes. Only have blocks in the middle, then I guess a couple layers around the middle will go. Well, you know what? It's not a perfect solution. I guess if you hit right here, that would activate 4 layers. Yeah, but if you hit right here, it's only 2 layers. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever. Right, so now how do we actually split up these blocks to go into the stream? Because that's what I don't really know. So let's get a command block. We're going to have to get a little bit of a fill going. So I think this right here is going to be the direction of our block stream. Is it going to blow up blocks in the wall right here? Is that a problem? Is that not a problem? Is that fine, actually, if it does that? Let's activate this doodad. And see what it does. It does. It did. Interesting. So you wouldn't really want your block stream to be like right there. You kind of want them to be out on this layer. Let's mock this up with some glass. The most easily explodable block. So then you would have a piston going right here to push them across. This would get to the end. Another piston right here. This should be pretty easy on the end. Just another smart detection wall. I don't think every single one of these needs to be observers either. I think we can get away with like half as many observers. Especially for the bottom of this, because like how often are you gonna have like 2 layers of tree coming in? Like basically never. You're always gonna have like the full minimum 4, right? Like we could just do this one. Yeah, we can get rid of the bottom two. See, now it's a feature that all these come across. And see, now these ones did get blown up, but that's because there's no blocks in front of them right now. This side didn't, which is interesting. But yeah, once this is actually full of blocks, it'll be perfectly fine because they'll absorb the explosion. So that's not really an issue. You wouldn't test this or fire any TNT if there's no blocks in it, right? It's gonna be smart detection when it gets full to do the blocks. Now that's gonna be an interesting thing to figure out. I think we'll probably have to do another layer of walls, like right here. The layers of walls, something like this, and then probably. Ooh, you know what we can do, actually? Am I stupid? No. Not today. We'll probably have to use some blast-resistant blocks for this. I think we'll just use cobble right now. That should be decently blast-resistant. So anytime that we have a block hit one of these, it's going to change the entire orientation of the wall. And that's going to give us an output at the bottom. Oh, wait, this has to be underneath it. That's right. It's like, why no work? Yeah, so this is a really nice way to do detection. I didn't like show you that it activated. Yeah. So anywhere that a block reaches these, so then this would be an AND gate essentially, or it'd be an AND OR gate. Okay, I think what we're gonna do actually, I'm trying to like figure out the logic for this. So I think we're gonna make this piston wall right here extend when this one extends. So we're gonna push all of our blocks in. Let's just assume from like right here, that's minimum distance. So they're gonna go boop, 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 boop. They're gonna touch this wall. They're gonna activate this doodad, which is then also gonna activate this wall over here. And that way they fill in equally. That should be a really easy way of doing it, actually. So we'll just like literally take like a redstone ladder up this thing. That's not how you build a ladder. I should know how to build these, but I really don't. They're so confusing. My brain's not made for this stuff, man. My brain's made for like sleeping. How do you build it for your dark oak tree farm? That's beyond the scope of this build right now. I'm just trying to get anything at all to work. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is there a skulk farm on my channel? There is not. I've never really seen the reason to do a skulk farm. Like, it's not good for experience. There's no reason to do it for experience. If you want a building block, that's one thing. But also, like, if you just need some skulk for some redstone, like sensors or a catalyst, it's so much easier just to go to a deeper dark, right? Yeah, now if you need a lot of skulk for building, it kind of is also just faster to go the deep dark. Silk Touch Hell just run through the place. I mean, they're pretty big. There's a lot of skulk. Might run into a warden, but as long as you have escape tunnel, like, you can just run away from. Give it like 2 minutes, they despawn. Because with skulk farms, you kind of have to run them really slowly. Otherwise, you destroy a bunch of experience. You don't spread your blocks properly. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's like a passive income kind of deal. But I feel like, I don't know. I should probably make one of these days. I have somewhere. We're going to get distracted. We're going to go on a field trip real quick. I have somewhere, but I never like finished the design. We just did prototyping. Where's it at? There we go. Yeah, we just did prototyping for it. I was trying to make it like fast and what is, oh my god, we were gonna do player AFK mining. I mean, I guess it would work. Bro didn't think about using a minecart. Bro, whoever designed this garbage, get out of here. Look at this. It works, I guess. Why is there obsidian there though? Oh, it's for the, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that's just the double stone gen from the moss farm. And then I mean, this probably does work. It's just a matter of, like, it's stupid. And I think that's why I didn't make a video on it. It's like, it's just stupid. Oh yeah, the skulk is also able to spread all throughout all of here. And that's why it was kind of doing things. I don't know how we, like, summon mobs for this. What is this? It's just doing something. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure we were just letting the skulk spread through the entire thing. So you let it fill up with stone, and then you let it fill in with skulk. And I think that's why, yeah, we have extra catalysts over here. Oh yeah, and then they spread up and down through these things as well. So we weren't growing the skulk right here and then pushing it. We were letting it grow into this. I think I was probably doing a real classic situation of just kind of killing some guys. Interesting. Yeah, I told you this was going to be a little bit of a field trip. You know, it's good to take breaks from things and then come back to it like 3 years later, like with the Skulk Farm. Basalt, does it spread to basalt though? How many did I spawn? Oh my god. Yeah, so all these bubbles you kind of want to spread around, and I'm pretty sure they auto decay if they don't find a path to go to. Like every block that they travel, I'm pretty sure they decay by one. But I mean, they're getting through the farm. Yeah, Silverfish XP farm I think would be way too fast for it. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of what we had. We killed so many guys. It's probably going to take forever to decay. Yeah, I mean, this would give you a bunch of the skull blocks, and then it gives you, like, these little in-betweens for, sensors and stuff. Anyway, that was the idea. Killing the atoms activated those. Interesting. Yeah, I just never made a video on it. Wasn't very happy with how it turned out. It's probably a better concept out there. Where is my... Here it is. That got deleted. Alright, so back to this silly thing. So anytime that we activate one of these... Well, not one of them, but the bottoms specifically. Interesting. Let's just do this one right here. Okay, so that's gonna power the bottom row. It's gonna power this one. It's gonna go up to here, power that one, and then it's gonna go up to here to power that one. Okay. So that should power all of these. Yeah. And then that should also power all of those. Okay. So that should keep it even. So every block stream that we have come in, it should stay even. Let's get our command block out that I grabbed like 10 minutes ago. Jeez. And we're just gonna put this somewhere over here. So we're gonna do real quick fill up to here, and then let's do log. Sure, acacia log. Why not? Replace air. Gotta have it be replace air, because otherwise it's gonna delete the piston head sometimes. So grab that and then put it into here. We want this to be on... Well, for now I just kind of want it to be... Now let's do a repeat and we'll just put a lever on it. How about that? I was gonna say button activated, but I don't want to come over here that often. Okay, great. So now we get to figure out how to tie all this together. For this one, I think we'll just do a basic redstone torch activation, just because it's like simpler. I have to back this up a little bit though. Oh my god, yeah, so there's been so many leaks. We haven't even talked about this yet. We have 67 viewers on YouTube and 66 on Twitch. This is great. If we were streaming on TikTok, we could have 69 there. This would be beautiful. Could have all the good numbers. But yeah, there's been so many leaks for Legacy Console Edition recently. It's fantastic. We'd love to see it. All the source code, well, not all the source code, but the source code for an older version of Legacy Console got leaked, and people already ported that to Windows, which is pretty cool. So, like, I made a video on that. If you didn't see it, go watch it. It's an okay video. I think you might like it. It'd be cool if you watched it. I'd appreciate that. But yeah, so apparently the source code for an early dev version of Dungeons also released, and Legends. Although they looked pretty similar, so maybe it was just Dungeons. But I just saw right before the stream, there was more source code just leaked for Dungeons, so that's cool. What I'm really hoping for with these leaks is a couple different things. We really need the source code for the most recent, like, newest version of Dungeons, whichever version that is. Because Mojang just, like, completely abandoned Dungeons. And it has not been updated. There's some critical, like, game-breaking bugs and issues that really need to be addressed. And that would be cool if they could do that. It seems to be working pretty well, actually. Yeah, so Mojang is never going to update Dungeons again. We know that. There's a bunch of critical bugs where you can just, like, straight up fall through the map. And then, like, that's it. You have to, like, restart your entire run. And runs take forever in that game. It's, like, not a fast game. So, if modders got their hands on the source code for, like, the newest version, then, in theory, they could release some patches or some fixes for the game, and that would be sweet, at least on PC. I don't know about all the consoles. You're probably kind of out of luck on that one. But it's, you know, there's, like, potential here, is what I'm trying to say. And then I haven't seen any source code for Bedrock Edition yet, but if we got our hands on that, then the tech community can go absolutely wild and find some really cool insights. Probably have, like, a new revolution of, like, farming to an extent. You know, obviously there's been some code mining done and, like, a bunch of JSON file stuff, but that's all pretty basic. To my knowledge, the code of Bedrock Edition is, like, not open. Java is open now. They opened up Java maybe a year ago. I don't know. Time is an illusion. I can't keep track of anything anymore. But yeah, maybe a year ago they opened up Java. And then, so that's all. That's, like, all open to anybody to see, which is pretty sweet. And then that was really cool of them. And then, yeah, we literally had a Legacy Console Edition leak before we got the main e-files, right? I was just like, wild. What's not on my bingo card, right? But here we are. Yeah, we also, what I would really personally like as well is the most recent version of Legacy Console Edition to get leaked as well. Apparently people have it, they're just hoarding it, but, like, whatever. I'm sure it'll come out someday. This is, like, huge hype right now. If it's ever going to release, it's probably going to release, like, right now. And then, yeah, if we can get our hands on, like, the most recent version of, like, Xbox One or PlayStation 4 source code for Legacy Console, that would be so cool, because that would also include the minigame files, guys, which would be so sweet, because the minigame files they've been mined to quite an extent, but we don't have all of them, I don't think, because then we could, like, faithfully recreate battle, like, really faithfully. It's already on Java, quite a few projects. I'm pretty sure it's Legacy Minigames, I think, is their name. They're doing good stuff for it on Java. But, oh, would this work? No, it has to be at the bottom. Why not we have that at the top? No. So we'll just send this up a redstone line, I guess. Maybe torch tower? Torch tower might be the cleanest way to do this. But you can't have it right here, though, can you? Let's see. I don't know. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say something. I'm trying to say something cool here. Yes, we don't have the original source files for Legacy Console Edition, like for the newer releases. But people are already like making pretty cool mods. Like we have the Ether mod like day 2 of Legacy Console Edition source code being leaked, which is so insane. Like there's like custom dimensions. We got crossplay between Bedrock and Java now on Legacy Console Edition. I haven't seen it for Java, but I did see a video get posted of Bedrock playing with Legacy Console, which is insane. It's like wow, we actually had that possibility all these years, man. We never even knew what was stolen from us, but like we had the possibility of Legacy Console Bedrock crossplay, like probably Java crossplay as well. I imagine it's almost certainly possible. Right, so how do we want to... This is just going to be a quick, like, little pulse, so I think this will work fine. But yeah, insane. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for, like, asking people to leak stuff, but I mean, these are all dead games, man. Legacy Console's been dead since 2019. Dungeons has been dead for years. No, like, Legends was always dead. That was dead on arrival. That's so sad. I feel like they really... I feel like they could have cooked Legends so much more. They could have made that so fun. I thought it was pretty okay on release, but it just had 0 staying power, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, if Mojang's not going to do anything with them, like, give it to the community. They're actively working on Java, and then they released the code for that. So, like, I don't know, man. They really care about, like, the Java modding community, but not so much for, like, any of these other games that they've made over the years, which seems a little bit kind of weird. I saw some people added copper aging and like scraping and stuff. They added netherite and stuff to Legacy Console Edition, like backporting features. Pretty sweet. It's just like an absolute heyday for modders. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully we get a newer version of Dungeons and Legacy Console. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Emphosaurus Rex, welcome in. How's it going? Long time. After you download the world? Interesting. That farm still works. They haven't changed anything. Might have been unlucky. I tested that farm for like 2 months. That's the single build that I spent the most time on ever. I want a way to activate this manually. We're gonna do a fence gate. Oh my god. Okay. Well, should have seen that coming, I guess. That surprisingly didn't damage anything. Yeah, that's actually, like, for how much TNT just got, that's actually pretty fine. I'm okay with that. That could have been so much worse. that could have gone flying everywhere. Right then. Well, I just got to like panic broke like everything. It was like actually fine. It all fell straight down the middle, and then I figured it would go flying a lot more. Interesting. It broke. It did break all of this. We'll probably have to replace that with like cobble or something. That's fine. But I kind of expected those to break. That's not such a big deal. And it's like it never happened, guys. Oh, besides all this over here, don't worry about that. Listen, you didn't see anything. Yeah, literally nothing. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Literally no issues at all. It did break one of these. Interesting. Kind of thought those would be too far away. Well, I guess we have this gap right here. We might need to fill that in with some cobble. Or at least, like, have a cobble right here. Because did that break any of the cobble right here? It didn't. Interesting. Also broke a few in here. This is why we need our detection walls right there. So we're going to drop in a TNT and see what it does. Ooh, you know what? I think we might need to... This is bringing up an interesting question. I think we're going to have items get lost on these edges. So I think we have to do top-down pushing. I think we have to push the top, then middle, then bottom. Get those items off the edges. Oh, deep slate's a good option. Yeah, you know what? Polished deep slate, probably a great option. Anyway, so we're going to try this again, but without all that. Let's try saving the build, maybe? Crazy concept. Let's see, 30? That's definitely way too big. Let's do 20. Blaster 1, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to drop a TNT in there. That's working properly. There we go. Oh, actually, that might be okay, actually, if it's blowing up the bottoms like this. Because we had a little ledge here. You saw that before, right? We had, like, a little ledge there. I think it's dropping a little bit low. We might need to raise up the top of this by a block. Let's try this again. Yeah, it's dropping very low. I feel like it's probably going to break these at some point, although they have water in front of them. That probably... Interesting. Let's try... Yeah, let's put it up a block higher. Hold up. We're just going to do a real quick little sneaky one of these. That's fine. Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't quite think about that. Did that break anything? Who does that? Who does saving the farms? We kind of need a way to fill this in again. Maybe fill command. What a concept. There we go. Yeah, we'll get a little command block out there for refilling this in, just while we're testing the blastiness of this. Get a little command block right here, and then we'll do another one right here as well. To the bottom of this, actually. There we go. Okay, let's try this one more time. Probably like 20 more times if we're being real. Load the save. Well, I'm making changes in between this. Yeah, here we go. This is looking pretty okay, actually. Yeah, the thing about loading the save is that it reverts your changes. Yeah, so we lost a block there. So probably need a cobblestone there. That makes sense. Probably need a cobblestone there. Drop another TNT in there. Think about this build is it's going to get messy, and I don't know how to deal with the variation of, like, blocks everywhere. See, like, little ledges like this, that might be a problem. Although, our items didn't land there. I wish I knew, like, the item, like, algorithm. Like, where does it decide to drop items? See, like, this right here is a problem. That's why we need to kind of push it from top down, but, like... That wouldn't even really help our cause. Now, I feel like the second TNT of that dropped a lot more items. I feel like if it's fully boxed in like this, you're gonna get minimal items. We should try and count how many items we get per TNT. Try and maximize some efficiency just while we're kind of like in this stage. Need a better way to summon a TNT up there. Okay, so that was... Oh, okay, so that was 85. That's pretty good, actually. 85 blocks? No, this isn't bad. Let's see. So now if it, like, kind of blown up like this, how are we doing? 2 stacks, 128. Interesting. So it is quite a bit better to have it not entirely full. So maybe instead of filling it up to here where there's a 1 wide gap. Interesting. Okay, we'll lower that down. We'll make it so there's a 3 wide gap in here for the TNT. That could be interesting. Getting the top blocks blown up might also be a priority. We might have to raise it up by another block. Let's see. It should be able to do a 7 tall area. Having some land on this edge. Okay, we'll fill in that wall. Okay, yeah, so it seems like it's definitely better to have it be a kind of a circle than flat walls. Although, I mean... Let's drop another one. Let's drop another one. Because you could do 3 TNT to clear out, like, the entire cube. And then start filling up the cube again. Oh, we're going to start losing items. Item loss is going to be the big problem here. See, that was only a stack, so we kind of reached our diminishing returns. Also get some deep sweight in here. Oh man, I flooded all my redstone down below the farm, guys. Yeah, item loss is going to be kind of the biggest thing to worry about. Use the allay. It might not be a bad idea. It's a one type build, most likely. Although if you're using this on a tree farm, you're probably gonna have like up to 6 different types of wood, so that might be kind of annoying to swap out the item on the allay. For being honest. That might get pretty annoying. I think we have to fill in all this. But if you were using it for just a single type of thing, then it would probably be okay to use an allay. A one type build is like what you want for an allay farm. Oh, we did lose our redstone down below. That's probably good because I would have just summoned like 40 TNT up here. Yeah, the thing about our system is that if we double pulse it, it will just explode. Okay. Oh, we did lose a piston. Okay. Everything's looking pretty fine, actually. So we want to avoid having the walls get closer than this, I think. So we'll leave the 3 block gap, meaning that we're going to modify this. Do we have deep slate walls? We do. These are probably more blast resistant. I have to check the wiki for that, though. The wiki. The wiki. Yeah, so are we going to lose items there? Probably. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, probably lose items there. But less likely to happen than the observers being up by a block more. Probably. Deep slate pistons? Yeah. I'll never say no to more pistons. Hey, look at that. It actually worked. Incredible job. I spoke too soon. Never mind. Right. This is also doing the same problem again. Dang it. I keep speaking too soon. You know, learn to just shut up. Right. So this has to be inverted one less time. So we will go ahead and put a redstone right there. And then I just grab a deep slate or an obsidian or something. There we go. Not a problem. Okay. Let's make sure to actually extend this out by one more because I'm currently just blowing up the build every single time I run it, which is not great, I will say. Not my finest work, everybody. Load that, though. Is this for my universal tree farm? It's kind of just for anything. Right now, we're just kind of experimenting to see what we can get to work, see what the issues are, see what we got to figure out, and then we can worry about like putting this on a build later on. It's kind of generally how we work around here. Let's get this thing filled up real quick. So we have to figure out some sort of logic, of course. Did I break my torch on this or? Oh, it burnt out. Right. Of course. Of course it. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. I can live with that. That's why you don't use torches. Torches are dumb. I think we can just use a single observer at the bottom. That would probably work out fine for everybody involved. Although, no, I think you do need multiple observers, actually. Don't you? Hold up, do you? Not with these ones. With this one? Yeah, with... Okay. We have to modify it a little bit. So we need blocks here. That way it actually attacks the top walls like that. I guess we don't need walls there anymore. Top 5 grocery store items. That's peculiar. I'm trying to find out where I am based on hacking grocery store shopping list lists. Grocery store receipt lists. That's the things that people can do, by the way. They can try and track you down based on your shopping habits. A real thing. So that just blew up a bunch of I think that's probably from the previous ones. Somehow it did a TNT. I don't know. I like cheese, I guess. But I mean, who doesn't like cheese? Cheese is good. Okay, let's go ahead and fill this thing in entirely, and then we'll see what happens. Just gonna kind of remove all these blocks. This should be okay. Yeah, everything about this should be pretty okay. We're gonna go ahead and save this. And then let it roll. It's not pushing the bottoms. Why is it not pushing the bottoms? Is that at push limit or something? Oh, this all got blown up. Okay, well, that would explain it. Well, it happens to have been exploded, everybody. My bad. it's not getting powered anyway. There we go. Okay, that should do it. We'll have to go ahead and reset this real quick, because, yeah. There's a piston missing right here as well. You know what? I think everything got blown up, guys. I think we might have had a TNT accident at some point. Okay, that should be even now. Okay, let's save it again. Yeah, I think this is fine now. Probably. Yeah, it started pushing the bottoms. Okay. So in theory, once you get a couple layers out there, it gets to that point, then it should go kaboom. Although, something I'm thinking about is that it would be nice if it waited until we had, I don't know how you would do it, but I kind of want there to be like a layer right here, and for this to be full as well. I don't think that would really work with our detection methods. Have to get like a counter going and stuff. But I think this is fine. Yeah, I mean, just don't share the receipt, as obviously. Yeah, no, never. This has like information on it. Store numbers, phone numbers, credit card numbers, date, time. What you bought? That's also important. Let's see. So that's 90. That's pretty good. We do have like little ledges. I'm kind of worried about those. For some reason... Oh, okay, we lost some redstone on the back. Jeez. It didn't blow up the very top, so we have to raise it up by another. Oh, they're pushing back and forth. They're just fighting each other right now. That's kind of funny. Yeah, they're just kind of fighting each other. Anyway, well, let's get a TNT in there. Or not, I guess. Save it again. Yeah, we definitely need to. Yes, we're going to raise up the top for sure. And then... That's probably going to be one of the things that we... At least one of the things that we have to do. And this should be off, so we got to invert this again. And then we got to lower this down again. Oh, jeez. It's always so many little things. Okay. But now that should drop a TNT. There we go. I'm so surprised that this circuit up here was so easy. I thought that would take way more effort. Okay. We're gonna clear out some of this because it's not breaking the very top blocks, which is unfortunate. Really need those top blocks to break. That way these walls convert. Because otherwise we're not gonna have these things like activate when they should. Yeah, the whole detection for when it's full might not be good at all. We might need a counter to determine that. Which should be fairly simple. That's just a little hopper circle. That's not so big of a deal. Right, so we're gonna save this one more time. Get some logs refilling in there. Probably check our redstone around the edges. Interesting. Not sure why it just dropped so many. Obviously, it's gonna drop one now because that top block just activated. Why did this stop? This probably is the commands being weird. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we definitely have some flaws to work out. A multitude, I would say. Hmm. Hmm. It's only pushing certain layers. We might just need to slow this down, honestly. Let's turn off the TNT circuit for now. And just let this thing kind of fill in. Why is it not pushing blocks, though? That seems like something that would be important for it to figure out. We have that. That's not great. You know what? These can push into each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're one short of push limit. Interesting. It would be nice if they couldn't push each other out of the way. I've never actually built one of these before. Oh no, I guess I have. Oof. Decidedly Vanilla Season 5 was the last time I ever built one of these. That was for Java Edition. That was probably Il Mango, because I was building his tree farm. That was a long, long time ago. That was actually like 2019. I remember it being complicated, though. It was definitely complicated. Heck, when logs stop moving, it's kind of hard to do. Because you have to keep in mind that like the tree farm's going to be feeding this sporadically as well, right? It's not going to be on a consistent clock. You get 7 shulkers of strip pale oak for one of your builds? Oof. Oof. How many villager trading hall now? Yeah, it's worth converting your villagers at least once. Because that way they give you the much better discounts. Interesting. Area of effect discounts don't really apply anymore, though. Yeah, mine was a block 36 as well. Because on Java, moving blocks explodes so much easier than solid, like just stationary blocks. That didn't break any of our pistons. That's nice. I appreciate that. So you have to deal with like the inconsistency of the TNT exploding. So you have to have like safeguards and redundancies. So what I have is far too simple. Like you have to have the ability to just handle whatever kind of chaos is in here. It means like random blocks all over the place and that kind of stuff. I do like our equal splitting method right now with like the tied together towers. I do think that's good. Obviously feeding it from both sides is going to be ideal. Although there is a way to do this from one side. Interesting. So hold up. I'm having another concept. I'm having a brain thought right now. So what if instead of having all of this over here, we just had this push them into here? Because this is just coming from the tree farm. This is just kind of like a placeholder. So it pushes this way. And then we have boom, boom, boom. But we get rid of this one, and this one. The middle 3. And then we just have the edge 3 pistons. So it's just like boom, boom, and boom, and boom, boom, and boom. And then we just let these push all the way across to the side over here. We just let them push all the way this way. It'll be a lot less pistons. It would still fill up like just as quick as well. It'll be a lot less pistons. Because you wouldn't need this entire wall, you wouldn't need this entire wall, and you would be getting rid of a third of that wall. That would be interesting. I kind of do want to try that. Um, Interesting. Yeah, we should do that on a copy of this. This is why another reason you make structure blocks, because that way you can quickly like save a copy of this. Take this over here. We're just gonna go. Oh, I guess I can't go that way. Never mind. I'm gonna undo that. We're gonna go the room in this direction. Make sure nothing gets deleted over here. Load this up. Go ahead and I guess I just wanted to explode. So we're gonna probably be able to delete all that. I'm not worried about actually like removing the blocks though. Do a little observer wall right here. We're just gonna set this up quick and dirty. Real quick, simple like. And then we'll remove the middle 3 of all of these. Wire that across the gap. And then that's it. And then you'll just have detection somewhere on the end of the build to figure out where the items are ending up and stuff. Yeah, so we wouldn't use these walls anymore, and then we could get rid of like all of this. In theory, this should be a lot easier actually, because it's the same process. Like it's the same shape of blocks at the end, but it's a lot less pistons. And pistons are not only are they kind of expensive and kind of annoying to play sometimes, but they're also laggy as well. The tile entities from pistons, quite a bit of lag. Let's get rid of these 3 in the middle. You're never gonna have blocks here. Instead, we'll have something like this. And then we just need detection on this end for when we get blocks right here. Figuring that out is going to be interesting, but it's probably going to be more observer walls. Or something like that. You got an old... You still have Bedrock from the Bedrock block farm? That's great. Love to see it. That's the way to go. That is the way to go with it. Okay, let's remove all of this, and then we'll just see how this thing fills up. That is a much simpler build. Although Bedrock for a blast chamber is a bit much. I mean, if you're doing a wither cage, then sure. But like a blast chamber of TNT, you don't need Bedrock for that. Bit overkill. Just a little bit. Yeah, so what is our detection gonna look like here on the end? Can we do this multiple blocks wide? I think it would have to be 5 wide. Or no, 3 would work. Okay. This would probably be better as well. And then how many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe we should. Yeah, I don't want to deal with like these walls getting pushed out. We could put some. No, we can't have solid blocks behind these. What can we do that's like pushable but not like gonna connect to that? Fences. I think we could probably use trapdoors. This is we're kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of this concept, but anyway. Yeah, we would have probably triple walls. got a blast chamber for bamboo? What? Did I miss that? For bamboo? That is overkill. Oh, wait. Occasional log replace air. Thank you. Boom. Okay, we're going to go ahead and update this real quick. Yeah, we got that on 30 now. Great. Oh, I got to let the cat out. He's probably been sitting by the door for like 40 minutes. Bro scratched up the carpet again. Ugh. How much time I'm putting into fixing that carpet because of the cat. Just meow! I would have heard you. I gotta find something to block the carpet from the interior now. I already had to block it from the exterior. And add like a whole piece of like trim to the bottom of my door so he can't like stick his arm underneath the door and scratch the carpet. I had to put down like one of those metal like plates that goes from like hardwood to carpet. There should have been one in the first place, but there wasn't. So I added one of those. Anyway, it's destroying the carpet and it's fine. It's not like it's, you know, one giant piece or anything. Animal abuse. That's carpet abuse. That's what it is. I'm the victim here. Yeah, the bottom shouldn't really matter. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so then we're going to... Yeah, see, I need some blocks on the ends of it. We're just gonna manually fire this once it gets to the end. But in theory, you would probably have triple observers. I mean... something like this, right? And then each one of those could fire the TNT. Wood, concrete, cobble, stone. I mean, really any block farm that you have. Okay. And then once it gets one more of these filled in. Oh, we got these right here could be slabs. Okay. I'm gonna blow this thing up. Ooh, it's not gonna have enough time. Oof, yeah, see, it broke it. That's why we need to be, like, full push limit. We have to push it backwards a block anyway, actually. Because this should be deep slate. That's actually, oh, that's such a good excuse to bring this into push limit. Okay, that's great. We love that. Yeah, okay. Such a good excuse to bring that into push limit. And this really messed up everything. See, this is why we wanted on push limit. But then, like, it's never really gonna break these logs in the corners, right? I think that's why we use the other method. Is that a blast chamber and a TNT cannon? No, blast chamber is for getting blocks. The block harvesting chamber, basically. Because otherwise you're looking at like TNT cannon or a player launcher or something like that. Generally what those are going to be referred to as. Right, so we're just going to push this back by 2 blocks then. Or maybe we'll push the rest of the farm forwards by 2 blocks. How about that? That might be easier, actually. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. Yeah, that'll be easier. As long as we can figure out like 2 extra things, I think we'll have pretty close to a working blast chamber. We're close. We got to worry about item loss, and we got to worry about actually removing enough logs. Those are 2 pretty important things. Did I not remove you? I thought I removed you. Okay, so that's new center. So move that over by a block. That'll be 4. This wall shouldn't get exploded. So now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is still only 11. Interesting. Interesting. What are we going to do to solve that? Yeah, we could fire them a lot earlier. But you kind of want to have like blocks to all sides of the TNT. That way you get a lot more block per TNT. You want it to be TNT efficient, right? So like if we just blew them up like right here, then that's basically like half the chamber that doesn't have blocks in it. So you really want them to like reach this far side wall right here. And I think for now, we're just going to fill this in with obsidian. Just so we don't have anything going sideways. Minus, welcome back for 89 months of resubscribing. Almost 90 months. You're almost at 100 months. That is insane. How's it going? Stream choppy? Well, probably just... Yeah, it's saying we got bad connection now. I restarted the computer before the stream, but... You know, it just is what it is. Remember when we used to be able to stream in 1080p? I remember that. Remember when we used to be able to do 3 1080p live streams? I remember that. Those were the days back in my day. Yeah, stream's probably going to be a bit rough for a minute. Silly. Not much I can do about it. Was fine earlier. Let's try dropping a TNT in a minute. Yeah, thanks again, Minus. Crazy being around all these years like that. Insane. Okay, well, this is broken. I feel like we broke the build, everybody. Not exactly sure how. But we'll put some obsidian here as a temporary fix. This concept might be kind of dead. Might have to go back to the older concept that we had. I think this, yeah, this also got pushed out. I have to go back to that one. We don't need this right here. When in doubt, add more obsidian. To just places, just everywhere. You know what? We're missing a wall right here. I don't think that matters, though. Okay, let's try that again. Now let's drop some TNT on it. Why not? No, it's definitely just the stream being laggy. Just my internet. What can you do? Besides, give them copious amounts of money for bad service. Really need to call them out again and be like, yo, what is happening? Because it's really only on stream that it causes issues. That actually broke a couple of these blocks. Interesting. Didn't break any of these. Oh, you know what? We didn't move this over by a block. That's why. Am I stupid? Yeah, somehow we broke it again. Oh, right, it's maxing out on the end right here. That would make sense. Yeah, okay, interesting. Well, shoot. Let's think about that for a second, shall we? Yeah, this concept is gonna have some issues with it that we'd have to figure out significantly. But in theory, it would be pretty cool because it uses a lot less pistons. And allegedly, it would be pretty cool. See, like, if we could do it like this, that would make sense. Yeah, we just have to fire the TNT fairly often, I think. Can't really wait for it to get full. We just gotta send it. Like that. Yeah, I guess that's why we send it from both sides. I don't know. I don't know. I think what we need to do is go back to this concept, use a counter on it, so we know how many times those walls fire, and then we can drop more TNT more often and break more blocks. And then I'm not gonna worry too much about loss on the little edges. It doesn't really appear to happen too often. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, exactly. TNT is annoying enough to get that you want it to work properly when you do explode with it. And now we've reached the ends. Yeah. TNT efficiency is very important. Obsidian buttons. Yeah, it's kind of weird that we don't have more iron blocks. We got 1 billion copper blocks, right? But not more iron. We're also sending in logs really quickly. Like, this would be a very fast tree farm. It's not really blowing up these ones over here. It's got to be pretty empty to get those. Which is mostly just a problem for this side. Because that's like, if this gets full right here, then our detection breaks. No, it's just, I guess just the stream dying. It's pretty normal circumstance. Yeah. Five or 6 minutes behind? Oh, okay. I need to refresh if it's that far behind. It should be choppy and laggy, not like super delayed. Interesting. Maybe I'm just reading chat slow. That could also be a possibility. Yeah, so we're having quite a bit of loss here. Are those items all gonna get deleted? Probably. Yeah. Don't really want that, especially because you're probably gonna be feeding this thing a bunch of bone meal as well. Probably not great to have loss like that. Okay. Well, we will table this concept for later. I need to get a better standardized concept going, and then we can think about how to maximize efficiency, piston-wise, and all that stuff. Like, that obviously works out pretty well. I think we're going to put this on 40. A tree every 2 seconds is a pretty good tree farm. That's, like, pretty solid. That's, like, really good. For testing purposes, let's put it down to 1 second. Fill it up! I also want to put some obsidian in here. This thing is auto-activating right now. I'm not sure on which, but apparently it's doing its own thing. Which I don't really want it to do. This is mostly just temporary obsidian. I'm hoping that we don't actually need this. But it's not going to be a push limit, so good idea to have it anyway. And that keeps breaking as well. No, I have Spectrum. I give them $110 a month for this horrible internet. And it's just the worst. It just never works how it should. Twitch Inspector. Interesting. Maybe I will. It's gonna download malware. It's gonna turn me into a Bitcoin miner. I have to log in with Twitch. I don't think I will. Okay, we're having items land right there. Interesting. I guess they came out, so. We shouldn't have any items outside the farm. We don't. That's a good sign. Yeah, I feel like Starlink would be even worse and more expensive. Latency isn't really a strong suit of satellite internet, you know? Also not really the greatest person. I don't know, maybe this just kind of works at an acceptable rate. This wall isn't pushing in for some reason, though. Was it just a push limit? Yes, Blaster works by having me join your world personally to run it and troubleshoot it while it's running. Currently, that's how it would work, yes. The secret to it working is that it doesn't work. Interesting fact. Yeah, I don't know how you would really stop items like that from landing up there. Maybe if you did like a 5 tall build. Because like the area that the TNT breaks is basically a sphere, right? So if you did like a 5 tall cube maker, then you could have like the bottom of the sphere. Just be like, it would be like this. Just be like a dome. And then you wouldn't have any ledges for items to land on. It should still be dying, but less. Yeah, so maybe once it gets full, we do 2 activations of TNT to try and like clear it out a little bit. Okay, that deleted quite a few blocks. We are having some loss over there. Again, not worried about that right now. I don't think we're going to end up using the walls for activations. I think what we'll probably do is run a counter off of this. Because that should activate at the same time as that activates. So if any of these up here activate, that's going to activate a counter. And then every 4 times that this fires, then we will send off a TNT. Or like every 3 times that it fires, we'll send off a TNT. Maybe more than that. Send off 2 TNT in a row or something. We're also gonna have a roof above this. And these areas, I think. And that'll help us stop item loss on the top of it. Allegedly. I think. Yeah, because you don't want items landing anywhere. Not only is item loss important, but TNT usage is important as well. Now I can't really see into the build though, so yeah. Just get rid of a couple rows of it. So we'll see loss on that side, but hopefully not on this side. I mean, so far it hasn't actually broken yet. Music keeps changing. I mean, yeah, it's cycling through different songs. Too much caffeine on the stream. I mean, the caffeine was hours and hours ago. I think I should be worn off by now. Yeah, you just don't want to activate too often, because then we're going to blow out these walls and then possibly break pistons, right? So you want to avoid that. I guess it's good that we have, I guess you see these are cycling. Good that we have all the walls up there. Various heights. It seems to be working pretty okay. I mean, it's not, like, horrible. It's not, like, good, though. I don't know. Obviously, a lot more work on this before it can be ready for a tutorial. But we're getting there. I think just figuring out the counter for when to fire TNT would be important. So let's just try, like, just figuring something out for that. It can't be too hard to have a 3-cycle counter, right? Because I was just gonna do, like, some hoppers. So I want to do every 3. That should be fairly easy, I think. I'm just gonna do a circle of hoppers, and then boop. Well, we'll leave redstone off of one of those. So then this will be what actually fires the TNT, and then we'll put this in there. Except that this needs to be locked. Hold on, my bad. I'm stupid. Don't worry about it. It's genetic. Okay. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay, great. That's easy. So now I want to take a line from all of these. Combine this into one. Take it out to, like, here. And then do the same thing that we just did to it. So these are all going to pulse once, allegedly. Something like that. And then we could just do 2 redstone like that. And then we will have our comparator be, like, on this side. 2 ticks there. Send it up and just send it. Just kind of do something like that. That'll work. Stream skip forward. Yeah, I mean, sometimes just refreshing fixes it. Secret to it working. It doesn't. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Okay. Let's try that. I wanna have another observer right here though. That way I can fire a TNT to clear this out. Should be running it. No, I guess we're not running out of TNT. Okay. Well, we didn't break any of our walls. That's good. Let's get this thing refilling. And then we'll see how this goes. We didn't put an item in here. So that's going to drop something after 2 activations. At least it should. There we go. Okay. Okay, what now? What you do now? We have quite a few items lost. Did it, like, blow up higher than normal? It feels like that's a lot of ledges. Interesting. Interesting. Where's our item at? We need one more. Let's try this. Yeah, it's like, it was like blowing up high or something. I don't know. Also, what's up with this? It's not, none of this is getting powered. Something's wrong. Something's not getting pushed where it should or something. I don't know. Like, this just isn't getting anything. Why is he being silly? I don't know. But now they're fighting again. Yeah, so that's a problem as well. Okay, well, I'm not sure what exactly failed there, but multiple things did. I think there's one solution to this, everybody. Blow it up. Yeah, something went horribly wrong in all of this. And I can't tell you what it is. I knew this wouldn't be like the easiest project. Especially because I've never done like any of this before. Yeah, refresh your streams to fix the audio if it's out of sync. Okay, let's try this. Is it a block too high or something? I feel like maybe that's it. I don't know. Because this isn't where it should be anymore. Although I did just load it with a structure block, so that probably did it. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to think about this quite a bit more. See what I can't figure out. Oh, these got pushed out as well. Yeah, see, I want to have this be push limit, just so like that's not possible. You really don't want things like that happening. Did that affect this side as well? It did. Yeah, these two. Okay. Well, let's try this again. Out of curiosity, just want to see what happens. It's also not firing. And this isn't firing either? What's happening? There we go. Silly stuff, man. quite a few things to figure out. Yeah, it has 100% drops now, which is nice. So that's really the only reason why we're designing this. And also because a bunch of people have asked me. And it could be fun. Okay, that should be dropping a TNT right now. I think on the next one it will. That's just because the item's in the wrong hopper. There we go. So whichever hopper it's in now, we're gonna move it one forward. Okay, that's a lot of... Yeah, I feel like we need to drop that TNT one block lower because we're getting so many ledges. I don't know. Maybe well, let's blow it up again. Try and get rid of some of those ledges. Also, the high blocks are another issue because once these start running into each other, they're gonna start going like... They're gonna start going back and forth and stuff. Also, like, this is kind of concerning because you don't want that landing in the middle. It's just so many ledges. Maybe more TNT. I don't know. I also think that this wall is a push layer ahead of the other one. Like, we need to remove, like, a layer of blocks from, like, this entire wall. Yeah, see, this one's 3 blocks out, and this one... Never mind, that one's 3 as well. Okay. It's about even, I guess. It just looked like there was a lot more blocks on the left than the right. Now redistribute the blocks. 99% of the cube makers have 1% of the blocks. That's a problem right there. I don't like it. It got blown up. I don't know. Let's just try 2. Let's try 2 on it. Oh man, it's getting so full. Yeah, we definitely need more TNT. Whatever we were doing, more TNT is the answer. More TNT, always. Always the answer, actually. Whatever the question is, TNT. What have you want for breakfast? TNT. Dynamite. I feel like it is blowing up too early, though. Is this like... Maybe this is holding it for too long. Maybe the 2 tick repeaters is the issue? Because I feel like it was falling further down before. Yeah, we're just not getting enough TNT, man. Let's do another one. Let's do another 3 just to clean it out. I thought this would activate more. Like, let's see. Where's it exploding at? I guess it's exploding about in the middle. Interesting. Interesting. So why is it not firing as often as it should then? I feel like every single one of these is gonna go down and fire this, and it should be doing the thing, right? I mean, am I silly for thinking that it should do the thing? There we go. No, block 36 doesn't exist on Bedrock. Not in the way that you're thinking. Moving blocks on Bedrock are more blast resistant, not less. Yeah, so on Java, you can blow up moving blocks a lot easier than a stationary block, but that's not the case on Bedrock. Just doesn't exist. Yeah, we're going to lower that down by a block. There we go. Get rid of some of that. Yeah, I think the counter might be going off a little bit high because of this 2 tick repeater. Plus the other one that we had. I don't know, maybe that's giving it just like the teeniest, tiniest little bit more delay. Yeah, you just don't want to have to babysit this thing. You want it to just run automatically, constantly, without having any player input. Never want to have to worry about it. I feel like that dropped a little bit lower. I mean, it should have, right? It's a block lower than it was. Is that one going to drop a TNT? Maybe we just do it every time. Is that too much TNT? Because right now it's every other. Oh, something's going crazy now. Yeah. See, it got to the point where these are pushing back and forth. That's why another reason we need to be push limit. Interesting. So there's quite a few things to figure out still. Quite a few. So we need these to be push limit distance apart. That way they can't shuffle back and forth. We need to figure out the TNT timings and like how much we can fit in there. Also, the drop height of the TNT needs to be worked out a little bit. If this was 5 tall instead of 7, it would be a lot easier. Because then we could lower down the TNT and just have like the top dome work. Because then we want to have all these lower edges. So we couldn't consider doing that if this were just for like stone or other very short trees. Maybe if we put a block compactor on it, we could figure that out. A block compactor could go a long way for helping this build. That could be interesting. You could wire that into the emergency off switch of whatever tree farm you have. That way your tree farm doesn't run as the block compactor is running. That could be a smart solution there. And then I should probably be writing this down. And then I don't know how to do a block compactor though. There's been a few posts in the Discord recently, but I haven't really looked at it. Just know people are chatting about it. Yeah, if we could shrink this down to a 5 tall, I feel like that would solve most all of the ledge issues that we have, where items are getting stuck on ledges. And then it's just a matter of figuring out when exactly you want to drop the TNT. Because it seems like we might need a TNT every time these blocks get pushed out. Like, we let it get filled up to, like, 2 layers, and then we just drop a TNT every time these walls fire. That might be the easiest way to go. Yeah, 2 TNT... I don't know. One low... Because you would want to drop the low one first and then the high one. It's possible. That would require a slightly more advanced system over here, but that's not impossible. It's not impossible. Yeah. There's things to figure out. It shouldn't be, like, terribly complicated, though. We'll come back to this. And then, once we have this figured out, then we can start trying to figure out that for, this layout. Because I still like this layout a lot more. Like, this is a lot less pistons. And we don't need to tie it into the wall detection. That would be great. If we could run it off of the piston wall activation detection, that would solve a lot of issues. That would indeed solve a lot of issues. You couldn't do it every single time off of this. You would probably want to do it like every 3rd time or something for this one. But yeah, 2 TNT could be a solution. As long as you still get like, you know, I don't know, stack and a half of blocks per TNT, then like that's not horrible. That's where the ratio starts to make sense for a blast chamber, because then it's 5 blocks mined for your sand, some AFK time for the 4 gunpowder, auto craft it, and then you can use that to mine like 100 blocks. That's when maybe the math starts to work out in your favor. If you can get 2 stacks of blocks per TNT, then that can start to make some sense. Obviously Java has TNT duping, so like whatever you get is just great. Like it doesn't even matter. Which would be very nice to have a Bedrock. But alas indeed. It'd be a lot easier if we could just spam TNT in here, just like boom, 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 just all the time. Not even a problem. That'd be cool. We could use a TNT based iron farm, man. Just dropping TNT on golems. Now, another thing that we need to work on is the nether tree farm. We have some concepts that we need to figure out for this thing. Because we technically have a working, like, 85% complete build if we wanted just, like, the most bare bones basic build. Bare bones basic build. But we would, I would like to figure this out for a larger cube maker, because this cube maker fills up very quickly. So I want to take the blocks out, push them over again, get into a larger cuber. Unless we can have the cube maker start, like, literally right here, which, seems like it should be possible, actually. That's not horribly inconvenient. We could probably make that work, actually. That would be a lot simpler. I did figure out a method of having your crimson and your warp nihilium up here. So we're going to have the other one be right here. Then we'll just push it back and forth. So I have like a piston right here. And then this will get moved somewhere else entirely. That way you can swap it from warp to crimson. Now, if our cube maker starts right here, that might be a little bit of a problem. But, I mean, we could push it this way, left to right. And then you could stand right here, I guess. You just stand on top of the piston as the cube maker goes by. Sure. Sure, why not? Yeah, so still a few concepts I want to work on for that one. It shouldn't be too horrible. I mean, obviously it's a really basic, easy farm. There's also the shroomlight question, but we can work on that as well at some point. Now, there's also this build over here. I think I'm gonna wait probably a month or so to post this, because I have the simple wool farm, that one over there. That's coming out on Saturday. So I don't want to post two wool farms like back to back, you know. But in a few weeks, you guys will have this one, and this one's really crazy. I like this one quite a bit. It's good. It's a good build. Should be a fairly easy tutorial as well, because you just can tie all these things together. Oh, I do want to figure out an auto crafter, like minecart, restocker, doodad, thingy McBob, but otherwise, like, dead easy. Because I'm just going to show you how to build it once, and then you boop, as many times as you want. Up to 16, I guess. But yeah, not too bad. And then we will head out to... After that, I have more things to do. I have like so many tutorials I need to do. We're going to do an ice farm at some point as well, a new one. So the last one I have is like literally like 2018. Still get comments on that video like, hey, is this working? I was like, it does, but it's not quite as efficient as it used to be. Ice only spreads next to blocks now. It used to just spread out in the middle of nowhere. So we got to figure that out. But that should be really easy, actually. I think we could just steal the old design, mostly. Just like do like 3 slight changes, and then it'll be like done. Cool, yes. But that we're gonna come back to this stuff in a couple streams. So the blast chambers we'll probably come back to sometime next week, and then the fungus tree farm is gonna be like the next actual tutorial. So I like actually need to figure this out. So we'll come back to this. I don't think there's gonna be a stream on Saturday. We'll see about Sunday though. And oh geez, things just happened right as I was about to go to the ending soon stream. Ending stream screen. Anonymous, thank you so much for gifting a bunch of subs to the community. We got gifted subs to Dally and Lone and Bell and Blur and Strawberry and Barbie Dude, along with Ace and Nasser and Penguin and Gary. Jeez, thank you so much. Simple whole farm. Yeah, it could be. Jeez, very nice of you, Anonymous. You ain't got to be all anonymous like that. I do like the little cute little ghost symbol though. Thank you very much. Jeez, that's crazy. We are still gonna wrap up the stream here though. It's been 2.5 hours. I really gotta go get some food right now in my face, because it has been, I haven't really eaten today. But thank you again so much everyone for watching the stream. Thank you for the gifted sub bomb there at the end. We also got Minus with 89 months of resubscribing. Crazy indeed. Oh, I missed it. Scott Nothing, thank you for 10 months of resubscribing. That's 2 hours ago. Jeez, can't believe I missed that. That was crazy. I'm a bad streamer, I guess. I'm a bad person. We're gonna end by rating someone, as we usually always sometimes do. Who is streaming right now? Do we got anybody? We got a couple people. No one's really doing Minecraft. That's modded. We got a Ladrium on the Truly Bedrock server. You guys know the deal. Drop a follow on the stream. Tell them where you came from. And then I'll see you guys over there and in the next one. Yeah, here's the link to them in the YouTube chat. Thank you guys yet again for watching. You can join our Discord server and get notified of when streams happen. I think he's having some stream issues as well. It's like very jittery. Very jittery. Interesting. It seems more like a Bedrock issue than anything. Anyway,